if you really know me, then you know that Bob Marley is my favorite artist of all time. So of course I had to go see this movie, and here's my recap and review. And let me just give a little disclaimer. My allergies are on 1,000 right now, okay? And I am fighting through a sinus infection and a double ear infection. I just want y'all to know, if I look crazy, it's allergies, okay? Bear with me, but you know, I'm here. I showed up. Straight out the bat, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all my rating. 10 out of 10. You should've known. You should've known. First things first, I am so happy that they put so much of his music into this movie. Like, I was scared there was gonna be a lot of redone songs of his, you know, maybe Kingsley singing his own version, but no. These were Bob songs sung by Bob for 99% of it. So that just really warmed my heart, because it was like the closest I could get to being at an actual Bob Marley concert. It's a dream of mine, which I know will never come true because RIP, but that was the closest. I'm serious. And now too, the acting. Oh my gosh. Kingsley, for somebody that's not Jamaican and didn't grow up around that language and speaking it naturally, he really did do a good job of imitating Bob Marley and capturing his essence as well. That was super important to me, because Bob just always has this pureness about him and this realness about him, but you have to see the light at the same time, and he really did do a great job of showing that. So shout out to you, Kingsley. Shout out to you. With that being said, I do feel like maybe they should have cast a Jamaican. The only reason I say that is because the culture, the vibe to the language. Like, Kingsley, I could tell he was acting, but he did a 10 out of 10 job acting. But I feel like if it was a Jamaican, like maybe his grandson Skip, I mean, Bob's nickname was Skipper, so like maybe his grandson looks just like him, sounds just like him. Maybe that would have like taken it to like an 11 out of 10, but still, it was great with who they chose. I just felt like we were missing just the natural Jamaican essence. I'm not Jamaican, so I don't have it, but if you born into that culture, into the Rastafari, into that religion, into all of that, you know the essence I'm talking about. That was missing, but everything else was perfect. Lashana Lynch, that played Rita Marley. Oh my God, phenomenal. Chef's kiss. Both of them did such a great job capturing the personalities of Bob and Rita, and showing how even though they went through the whole cheating thing, they both had relationships outside of their marriage, they still were united on what was important, and that was uniting the world, peace, spreading love through the music. And she knew how great Bob was and how important he was, and he understood that he could not do this without her. They knew they needed each other. They knew that they both had something bigger than their flesh that had to go into the world. And I'm so happy that they showed that, they captured that. I had to deal with this a few years ago when I first found out that Bob had cheated on his wife. So I've come to terms with this. I understand that people are human. I don't make excuses for nobody's bad behavior, but I do understand their relationship, and I'm just leave it at that. Now, when the movie first came on, they jumped right into the attempted assassination scene. And I even said to my husband while we were watching it, I was like, why did they jump so far ahead in his life? Because so much happened before that led to that moment, about the political parties in Jamaica, the gangs, all this stuff. So much happened that it led up to the point of them trying to assassinate him. But what I got from it was that they were trying to jump into the part of the story that catapulted him into the superstar, the legend that he became. 4 days after being shot, he went on stage and performed at that concert, and even showed the wounds like, you can't stop me. And then left Jamaica after that, and then that's when we get into Exodus. Like, that's my favorite part of the Bob Marley story, is Exodus. All right, y'all, I'm fangirling out. Let me chill out. Let me get back into the movie. But anywho, I just loved how they showed the making of Exodus, how it was so different from everything that came out at that time, how the message was to unite the people. They were explaining the Rastafarian religion and some of the terminology that was in the songs to help you better understand what the lyrics meant. They were showing his softer side. It was just so much that went into that album, the rock and roll element that made that album, and it's been undisputed, the greatest album of the 20th century. I ain't said that's what they said, I'm just agreeing, because it was. I feel like a wonderful job was done with this film. The story was told as best as they could tell it with just a little bit amount of time they had. Bob was only 36 years old when he passed from cancer, and it was completely preventable, but at the end of the day, he was a wonderful man. He did really great things for this planet, for the people of this planet. And I'm just so happy that this movie was done correctly and is put out there so that younger generations can know who this wonderful human being was. Drop a comment, let me know what y'all think, and I will see you next time for some more reviews.